The last time you came home after a long day, your cat was probably already somewhere in the room. Maybe on the sofa, maybe on the floor across from you. At some point, it looked over, blinked slowly, then looked away. What did you make of that? Sleepy? Probably. Or nothing. Just a cat doing cat things. But it wasn't random. That blink wasn't sleepiness, and it wasn't indifference. Cats don't have a lot of options when it comes to reaching you. No words. No way to get your attention except through sound or movement. What they do have is a set of signals, specific, repeatable, and used with more deliberateness than most owners ever realize. The problem is nobody taught us how to read them. So when a cat is being pretty direct in its own language,
when a cat gives you a slow blink, they're showing affection.
Weird cat behavior.
This is just
again.
one of 5 signals to decode.
This video is about 5 of those signals. The ones most owners see every day and consistently get wrong. What each one actually means, and how you can start responding in a way that makes sense on their end. They're not mysterious. They're communicating. The gap has always been on our side. Something that surprises most people. Adult wild cats barely meow to each other. As kittens, yes, it's how they call their mother. But once they're grown, cats living away from humans mostly use posture, scent, and other sounds. Meowing, for the most part, gets dropped. Domestic cats kept it. More than kept it, they expanded it. Research on cat acoustics has documented that their vocal range shifts in ways oriented toward humans specifically, not toward other cats. Living alongside people changed how they communicate. They adapted toward us. That's actually worth sitting with for a second. The catch is that a more complex signal system doesn't automatically produce better equipped receivers. It just means more signals are coming, and if you're not set up to read them, the whole thing looks like noise. Which brings us to the real problem. We don't process cat behavior in a vacuum. We run it through whatever reference points we already have, and for most people, that means dogs or other humans. Dogs sulk with their backs turned. People avoid eye contact when they're uncomfortable. So when a cat rotates and plants itself facing away from you, the brain fills in the rest: rejection, distance. Don't feel like dealing with you right now. None of that is what's happening. But the filter doesn't know that. Cats are working off a different set of rules entirely. Eye contact carries different weight. Physical distance means something else. Being still and quiet isn't the same as being checked out. When you read all of that through a human or dog lens, you keep arriving at wrong answers, not because you're not paying attention, just because the framework doesn't fit. That's what the next 5 signals are about. Not a list of facts to memorize. A different lens. Signal 1, the slow blink. You've probably seen this and filed it as sleepy cat. Your cat looks over, eyes close slowly, maybe stay shut, then open again. Easy to miss. Researchers actually tested this in a controlled setting. When a person slow blinked toward a cat, rather than just sitting with a neutral expression, the cat was more likely to approach them afterward. Not every time, but consistently enough to be a real pattern. What that suggests in cat body language: closing your eyes in someone's presence might not be disengagement. It might be closer to the opposite. A rough translation would be, I'm not monitoring you right now. I don't need to be. You're fine here. How you respond is almost too simple.
A slow blink
Next time
is
your
one of the
cat looks
highest
your way,
compliments you can pay a
close
cat.
your eyes slowly
It shows
and open
trust.
them. That's the whole move. One thing to skip: don't hold a hard stare before or after. Fixed eye contact reads very differently to a cat. Just close, open, done. Signal 2: turning their back. This gets misread constantly. Your cat is nearby, rotates so their back is facing you, and settles down. The immediate interpretation is usually some version of "they're done with me." But think about what it actually means for an animal to turn its back on something. The back and belly are the most exposed areas, the ones you don't show when something feels uncertain or threatening. According to how feline behavior is understood, a cat doesn't turn away from something. It feels it needs to keep tracking. If their back is to you, it's likely because they know where you are and aren't worried about it. That's not them shutting you out. That's them being comfortable enough not to watch. Your job here is basically nothing. Don't reposition yourself into their line of sight. Don't reach over. Whatever you were doing, keep doing it. The fact that they sat down there is the whole point. Signal 3, the trill. Short, high, quick, somewhere between a chirp and a soft vowel. Not a meow. Lighter. In research on cat vocalizations, the trill is categorized as its own distinct sound, not a variation on a standard meow. It tends to show up in contexts that look friendly when a cat approaches someone positively or greets them after time apart. Meows carry more demand. Trills don't have that edge. A trill is something closer to a cat opening a conversation in the softest way they have. If your cat trills when you walk into the room, they're saying hello, not asking for anything. Just, hey, you're here. Responding isn't complicated.
Yes, I
Say
hear
something
you.
back. Soft tone, brief. Just acknowledging them. You don't need the right words. You just need to not leave it one-sided. Signal 4, bringing you something. Most people react with discomfort or instinctively try to stop it. The default is to treat it as a problem to manage. One of the most common explanations in feline behavioral literature connects this to something social. Mother cats bring prey back to share with their young, not for themselves. When a domestic cat brings something to you, one reading is that you're being included in that same dynamic. You're part of the group. This is worth sharing with you. What they're waiting for isn't your reaction to the object.
Here's a little
It's
something for you,
acknowledgement that you
sweetie.
received it from
I thought
them.
you might like this one.
Look at them. Say something. A slow blink works. The object is just the medium. The actual message is the gesture toward you. Signal 5. Rolling over and showing their belly. Almost everyone falls for this once. Cat flops over, belly up, completely relaxed. You
A
reach
relaxed
down.
cat showing its
You
belly
find
isn't
out
always
fast
an
that was
invitation
the
for a
wrong
tummy
read.
rub.
The belly is the most physically exposed part of a cat's body. Showing it isn't an invitation. It's a display of how at ease they feel in that moment. There's a real difference between "I'm comfortable enough to do this around you" and "please touch here." One study tracking how people interpret cat signals found that 42% of participants tried to touch a cat's belly even when the cat was visibly showing discomfort. The misread is that widespread. The right response is to leave it alone. A word, a slow blink,
Hey there.
or just nothing at all. What they're showing you is a level of ease. The only thing they need is for you not to undo it. Worth noting. This is the only signal in this video where the correct move is literally to do nothing. Sometimes understanding what someone's communicating just means not reacting the wrong way. Looking at those 5 signals together, there's a thread running through all of them. The slow blink, sitting with their back to you. Trilling when you walk in. Bringing something over, rolling over while you're nearby. Every single one is moving toward you, not passive, not coincidental. These are different versions of the same thing, a cat choosing, in the ways available to them, to be closer. That changes a question a lot of cat owners carry around. Why doesn't my cat come to me more? That question assumes the relationship is mostly waiting for something that hasn't arrived yet. But flip it in the moments when your cat already was moving toward you. Did you catch it? Nobody's fault. Just a different way of seeing it. This relationship hasn't been missing input from one side. It's been running in both directions. We just weren't reading both lanes. Part of why this happens goes back to what we talked about earlier. Domestic cats' communication didn't stay simple, it adapted. Their vocal range expanded toward humans. The slow blink works across a room without any physical contact. The trill is the softest possible opening to a conversation. Even the behavior of bringing something over, whatever explanation resonates most, is pointed in your direction. All of it has been there, every day. The problem was never that they weren't communicating. It's that nobody handed you the manual. And here's the thing worth actually taking from this video. The dictionary isn't a checklist. It's not 5 behaviors to recognize and execute correctly. It's learning to ask a different first question. Instead of seeing your cat do something and thinking, what do they want from me? You ask, what are they saying? Those 2 questions feel almost the same. They're not. The first puts you in a waiting position. The second puts you in the conversation. A conversation, as it turns out, that's been going on longer than you knew. Tonight, just try one thing. Your cat is somewhere in the room. Don't call them over. Don't move toward them, just find them with your eyes. Then blink slowly. That's it. Maybe nothing happens. Maybe they look back and do the same. Either way, you just use the right tool. Not the dog lens, not the human lens, the actual language. Start there. If something in this video shifted how you read those small, everyday moments with your cat, that's exactly what this channel is here for. Subscribe if you want to keep going with it. And if you try the slow blink tonight, drop a comment. Tell me what your cat did. I'm genuinely curious. Every cat responds a little differently. And honestly, that's one of the better parts of all this.